Hi, my name is Andre, and today in this video we're going to look at planning your holiday to South Africa, and I'm going to look at just some of the most common questions we get from people, especially those coming to our country for the very first time. Okay, the first question we get is which time of year to come to South Africa, and the highest season in South Africa is from December through to March. Then that's in the middle of our summer, so it's the best weather. Then we have another sort of mid-season in June, July, and a bit of August, which is the Northern Hemisphere's holidays, so quite a few tourists coming at that time. And then in the in-between, in the spring and autumn, we have a low season, which depending on your budget and your ideas, is a great time to travel because there's a lot of specials on at that time. So high season in summer, which is December, January, February, March. Mid-season in June, July, August, and then a low season where we have some good deals in between. Then the next question is what to budget for a holiday to South Africa. South Africa has a wide range of accommodation and restaurants, from budget right to the 5-star luxury. So I would estimate that if you're on a budget to go for about 25 euros per day, if you just want to stay at backpackers and sort of be smart about where you eat. Budget about 50 euros per day if you want to stay in mid-level hotels, 3 or 4 star, and then for luxury accommodation, 5 stars, etc., and staying at eating all the fancy restaurants, you should budget at least 200 euros per day. Could be right up to 500-600 euros per day per person. Then the question we obviously get asked a lot is how to get around in South Africa. You have the choice of going on a tour or driving a car and exploring South Africa in your own time. We're a bit biased here at Drive South Africa. Of course, we'd rather have everyone rent a car and explore the country as we feel it should be done. So if you're traveling on your own, going on a tour is acceptable, but we really think that going by car is the best way to go, and depending on where you go, you need a normal car to get around or a 4x4. Generally in South Africa, a regular car will be fine, but if you're going into the national parks, or if you're going on a safari, it helps to either have a larger or taller car or a 4x4. The main reason is so that when you're on safari and you're driving through the bush, you're just a little bit higher off the ground, and you can see over the grass to spot any animals in the distance. That simple. So considering your destination, maybe think about getting a larger vehicle if it's in the budget. Right. Then the most important thing is the main places you want to go when you're in South Africa. So I've listed my 5 top recommendations, and the aim here is to give a minimum and maximum number of days you should allow for each of these places, just so that you can plan your overall itinerary as best as possible. So my top 5 are Cape Town, Kruger Park, the Garden Route, Durban and the KwaZulu-Natal area, and Johannesburg. So a few things around Johannesburg definitely worth seeing. And if you step over to the map, I'm going to contextualize these for you, show you where they are, give you an idea of how far apart each of them are, and you can start thinking about how you plan your holiday. So first off, Cape Town, down here in the south, the bottom left corner of our country, right at the tip of Africa. This is also one of the international airports you can fly in or out of to South Africa, so consider that as a start or end destination. Kruger Park, right over here, top right of the country, but our premier safari destination. Absolutely the best place to see the Big 5. Next we have the Garden Route, which is approximately a 600-kilometer journey along the coastal trip here, ending up in Port Elizabeth area. And this is a fantastic area with lakes, mountains, hiking, adventure activities, really some of South Africa's most beautiful scenery, and certainly the most moderate weather, where it's not too hot and it's not too cold. A great all year round destination. Durban, or the KwaZulu-Natal province, over here, characterized by fantastic beaches, also some lovely mountains, and a real cultural spot in South Africa. And then the last place is Johannesburg, which is about 4 hours, maybe 5 hours drive from Johannesburg to the Kruger Park. So that gives you an overall idea of where the main places in our country are that you should consider for your holiday. As I said, about maybe 600 k's along the garden route, then approximately another 600 if you go from the end of the garden route up to Durban, Johannesburg, 4 hours to the Kruger Park. So it is possible to make a really nice round trip of South Africa. Obviously there's lots of different routes you can take, but that's the way you should start thinking. And just to jump back here, the number of days I suggest for each of your stops. Cape Town, anything from 2 to 5 days. It's plenty to see in Cape Town, a lovely place to relax. Kruger Park, anything from 1 to 4 days. If you're really on a tight schedule, you can do a safari in a day. You can get there to and from Johannesburg. I don't recommend it. I think you should take more time, but it is possible. Maximum of 4 days and you'll have a fantastic chance to see all the wildlife there. Garden routes, again, a wonderful place to explore. You don't have to plan everything in advance. Allow yourself 2 to 5 days to really soak up that part of our country. Durban, also 2 to 4 days. And Johannesburg, anything from 1 to 3 days. Because not just the city itself, which has a lot of exciting things to see, but there's other national parks nearby, a lot of activities around Johannesburg. So to summarize, if we add up the number of days, I recommend a minimum and maximum. You could have a very good experience of South Africa in anything from 8 to 21 days. So that's a 1 week, 2 week or 3 week holiday to South Africa. You can really get a good feel for what we have to offer. So now it's up to you to decide and work out how much time you have, what budget, decide whether you're going to fly in and out of Cape Town or Johannesburg, and plan your own trip. And if you need any help planning your holiday to South Africa, you're welcome to give us a shout. Find us on our website at www.drivesouthafrica.co.za. One of our consultants will be happy to help you out. We look forward to seeing you in South Africa.